Jenny, so good to see you.
I know, you too. How's Colorado?
It's so good. Yes, very fun. Back at work, kids are getting ready to go to school. This was a fun topic thinking about it, motivation, and connected right with that is engagement for me. And I was just thinking, especially with the kids going back to school, like what is it going to be for them? Um, so what are you thinking about on this topic?
It's funny. I was just talking to my dad this morning about he showed me a piece of a curriculum for history, and it's all the bells and whistles, and he's like, it's just too much. And I'm like, Dad,
Mm-hmm.
that's what kids are exposed to now is, the bells and whistles and the lights, and he's like, yeah, but it almost takes away from the content. And I was thinking about it and thinking, wow, but to motivate kids, you almost, especially now in today's day, you have all the technology. And I think for teachers that, like my dad, who taught for 35 years, that came in with the bare bones, to
Mm-hmm.
now see this, it is a little intimidating.
It's interesting. One of the things that, the bells and whistles and sort of like the external incentives, like that kind of thing is also a bit different from what I traditionally, like what I would advocate, I guess. But it is true that that's the society right now. Like that's what the kids are used to. And one of the things that I just keep thinking through is relationship building. Like when
Mm-hmm.
I was in the classroom, like I was all about like keeping the kids pumped to learn and excited to learn just from the little nuances you have with the kids, like those relationships that you have with them. And it's like, I know that you love, fishing. What about this book for you? But just really relating to like who the kids are, what their experiences are, and how they're interested in learning, tweaking your teaching to kind of keep them engaged and keep them motivated is really, I think that's key.
Yes, I agree. We were doing last year some how to, for the last like 30, 20 minutes of the day, we were doing how to draws, just finding some YouTube
Mm.
how to draw. And we would take a poll, what do you guys want to do today? A dragon, a narwhal, etc.
Mhm.
And the kids really bought into that. And those are the type of things that I think is important for teachers of all ages, all years, is to see what are the kids interested at
Yeah.
home. So, and then bring that into the classroom, as long as of course it's appropriate. Because my own children are younger, I don't necessarily know what's cool,
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, we're just at this stage of kindergarten, first grade, so it's trickier when you're not involved in that, or when your kids
Mhm.
aren't bringing it home. Okay, what is cool for a fourth grader?
Yes. And if the teachers just ask the question, right, then you've got your kids engaged and motivated already because they're like, ooh, I get to tell my teacher about my favorite thing
Yes.
from home or my favorite, experience and the things that I want to learn about. Like displaying a video for the students. Like if you're showing a video to teach a concept, like I used to have the kids stand up and dance like during the first part of it. And then they would like get their wiggles out and then sit back down and actually learn the
Yes.
content and listen to it, and just kind of weaving in other practices like that throughout the day that would just help the kids stay motivated and engaged and excited. Um, what are the kinds of things that you would do?
So with last year, we just got thrown into this classroom with kind of the bare bones. I didn't have
Mhm.
any technology other than a TV and my laptop that I would hook up. But
Yeah.
we really learned how to kind of go back to basic discovery through just sticks and outside things, or
Yeah.
just cheap things that I had laying around, like the pipe cleaners. And we were learning about the animal cells and plant cells, and they had to create them using whatever I had, beads,
Hmm.
pipe cleaners, and the kids Legos. And it was so cool for me to sit back and not give ideas, even though of course I had my own ideas, and
Yeah.
see them go on their own tangent, totally different from what I would have done. But they created that, and I just love seeing that again without the technology, which technology is awesome. And
Hmm.
I do think that kids are engaged for a little longer. Like if we're talking about plant cells for kindergartners. Them watching the cartoon video is much more, I think it sticks a little more than me just standing up there teaching. But then them using the hands-on things, whatever we could find, if it's rocks
Yes.
or sticks, that was a cool experience. And I think for them too, many kids they're not necessarily doing that at home anymore, I think.
Mhm.
Maybe some, yes, but I think their discovery tools or their toys are exactly that, toys, and it's not always just things that you have laying around. How can we turn this into learning or into a tool?
Yeah, that creativity part is what keeps them motivated, right? Like not the same thing's not going to work for every kid, first of all. But second of all, if you give the kid the same tools, they're going to go do, if you give them that freedom and that creativity, they're going to be motivated to kind of do their own thing. Um, and it's amazing what they come up with. Like without the teacher giving them the structure of like, do it
Yes.
this way, do it that way. If you just say, you know, make a book or go create something, then
Yep.
they come up with all kinds of cool ideas.
Yeah. And I think having them explain, okay, well, why did you use this for the trunk of the tree?
Hmm.
Having them, and I even a few times again was like, there's no way, this just does not make sense in my head, of course. But
Yes, yeah.
when they would get up and present it to the class and say, well, these are the roots, it's like, wow, that's so cool. And you
Yes.
did think about it, and it was a learning process.
Yeah.